This video is going to show you how to use my generic clicker question survey form, which is a Google form. To start with, you want to log into your Google Drive, and once you're there and you've logged in, you want to go to the address of goo.gl, that's goo.gl z42jx5. That'll get you to this screen, and then to make these files your own from here, what you want to do is click on the right hand side up here at the top. It says add to drive, and that'll put it in your drive. Okay, now the question is, well, what do I do with that? So let me switch here. So this is the survey form. This is the generic survey form for misdemeanor. And I've got a little URL down here. Once you make a copy of it, make it your own, you're going to want to change that. Otherwise, they're going to go to my form instead of your form. So you need to edit that later on. Student will enter the first name, last name, and then at the top, it's multiple choice questions, and at the bottom, there are multiple choice questions where you can answer more than one. And then I got my tipper questions or ranking questions, however you want to look at the bottom of it, where I have the short response and the longer response. What I put here is I ask the students to, in 25 words or less, describe why you made that choice. And then down here, how confident are you in your answer, so you can kind of figure out if they're guessing or not. And then there's the actual backside of this, which is the form itself. So let me pull up the form here. There we go. So here's the form. Here's a bunch of students that answered. So I've got 19 students that answered, and they did a multiple choice question, and we did a ranking question, and then some of the other stuff. But it's kind of hard to see what's happening here. So to use this information, I created some tabs. Tab number 1 is for question number 1, and that's the multiple choice. So I put the correct answer up here in the yellow box, which was C. And, well, there's the problem here. These say reference problems. So to fix this, and this is true on all the little tabs that we have, and this is just a little thing with Google using the forms. I'm going to click on 2A, hold the shift key down and click on 2B. A little box appears in the right hand corner in the bottom. I'm going to click on it, see my cursor change to a plus sign. Just drag it down. And that copied the right formula that's up there at the top in row 2 all the way down. So now I've got all this, and I've got these pie charts, which is great, so I can visually see what's going on. And this is going to help me when I'm asking the students questions. So this is the first time they ask the question. Then we go back with the peer instruction for doing the other parts of the question. Now, the short form, I got the same problem. I see this reference issue, so I'm not seeing anything that I want to see in terms of student data. I'm going to click on 2A. I'll hold the shift key down, click on 2B, drag the box all the way down. There we go. And that's all the student data from the first form. And I can see also I got a pie chart, and I can see who's right and who's wrong. So I have a lot of ways of looking at the information so I can triage what I'm going to do next real fast. Then I'll click on the long form. That's the tab on the bottom, 5 long. Same kind of problem. I'll click on 2A, hold the shift key down, click on 2B, click on the little box on the bottom where my cursor changes to a plus sign, drag it all the way down. And there I go. There's my data and some of the information. So I can kind of look at that if I need to or want to. And then I've got my confidence one, same problem with the references. So I'll click on 2A, hold the shift key down, click on 2B, box in the bottom right hand corner, drag it down. And now I can see these are the confidence factors, and there's a little blue box up here at the top that counts it. And then it creates a little pie chart, so I can see color-coded exactly what's going on. I can kind of look at their confidence. If a lot of them got right, but they don't have any confidence, then I know that, well, they were just guessing and they guessed right. So that might elicit a different conversation in what we're doing. Now it's time to get ready for a second set of questions. So I've asked the kids one questions, and they've one set of questions, and they've answered it. Now I need a new set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the row 3, hold the shift key down, click all the way down to the bottom of my information. Make sure I don't click on the red row. That needs to stay there so everything stays in place on the other forms. And then what I'll do is go to Edit and delete rows 3 through 21, the ones I just selected. And now it's ready for new information to come. So as the students enter information, it'll fill this up, and when I go to these other tabs, they're going to have that same thing where it's going to say reference, 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 and I'll have that kind of problem. But now I know what to do. I just fill it in, and I'm ready to go. And that's how you use the Google form that I created.